Alrighty. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us in our final presentation of our semester-long marketing management project. Beside me are Sean Quaid, Kevin Chnosky, Michael Patterson, and Christian Senkowski. Before we begin, I would just like to thank Northwood University and our professor, Dr. Alicia Beckrow, for her assistance with everything throughout our year-long journey of implementing this new service on campus. By providing us with these proper tools and materials necessary, we've created an answer to many student problems around campus, and we also have a strong belief that our service may provide a sense of value to them.
Our table of contents will cover who we are, our idea, and who our client is in the industry and audience. Second, we are going to talk about our new idea. In this section, we'll explain the problem and why this will work. Third, we will talk about the why. In this section, we'll talk about our goals and SWOT analysis. Fourth, we'll talk about next steps and explain our implementation and action plan. And lastly, we'll have our conclusion.
So we're going to start with an introduction on who we are and the ideas for our business. So first, who are we? We are all Northwood seniors majoring in marketing. We have all collectively been working on this business idea since the beginning of last semester in our marketing research class. We've continued working on this idea in our marketing management class, which is what we're currently taking. And throughout this process, we have done surveys and focus groups to gain a better understanding of the demand on campus that we are trying to fill. So our idea is to create an on-campus delivery service for Northwood students, created by Northwood students. By having the service ran by Northwood students and created by us, we have a good idea of what students want and who is utilizing it or who isn't utilizing it, whether it's more people living in North or here on campus in Du Bois or Minor. We'll be able to see that and then try to meet that demand. We can also pick up on trends and adapt our company to meet these new demands. This would provide them with a new level of convenience on campus that students have not had the luxury before. Students, they have a busy schedule with schoolwork or sports or other RSOs. So going to the physical locations of the mid-caf, cafeteria, Wolf Den, or bistro, it might not be an option or it could be an inconvenience for them. Additionally, students will be more apt to use their meal plans if they have the option to get food delivered, and if they could have a scheduled meal for whenever their event ends, they could order before and then have that meal scheduled to deliver whenever it ends, so they don't have to waste any time walking to the locations. So who is our client? Our client is going to be on-campus students of Northwood University. This is going to be our target market for the first X amount of years we are running this business until we can try to expand to maybe off-campus students who are still going to Northwood. The students will have the opportunity to get meals delivered from the Wolf Den, which is located in the Hawk and Bennett Sports Center. They'll have the option for the North Village Bistro, which is located in the main floor of North Village Apartments. They're also going to have the Mid-Caf, which is located in Jordan Hall. And then finally, they'll have Dow Commons Dining Hall, which is located in the Boys and Minor Hall. Eventually, we wish to expand this to students who live off campus but go to Northwood University.
So for this slide, we're going to be doing the industry and audience. Obviously, we're in the food delivery service industry, and our audience is any student that lives on campus, whether they live in Du Bois Hall, Minor Hall, North Village, or Nagley Village. You'll have full access to our service at any time the establishments are open. And for the off-campus students, whenever they're on campus for class, or whether they're in the library, DeVos, or Plaster, as long as it's a Northwood building, we will deliver the food to you. So for our new idea, obviously, like we mentioned earlier, this is an on-campus food delivery service by students for students. That way, all students on campus have full access anywhere on campus to the dining options. So the problem that we're trying to fix, there is no food delivery service on campus currently. So to get any of the food options, you have to walk there or drive there. There's also a lack of student jobs currently. The only one that is always looking for students is tour guides. But unfortunately, as a previous tour guide, the tours are always at odd hours, and they normally happen during class, so it's extremely hard to partake on those tours. And obviously, broke college students, you need money to buy food, do whatever, and so we're trying to put more money in the pockets of students. Why this will work. So this service will benefit students because they'll be able to order food and have it delivered to them instead of going to the physical location and ordering it themselves. From previous research from a survey collected at our previous class last semester, 81.5% of students say that they would enjoy an on-campus delivery service. This will be an opportunity for students to work on campus and earn money, so that way they don't have to go get a job at McDonald's. They don't have to, utilize their gas money to run around town. They can just stay on campus and where they're safe.
First goal is being an on-campus delivery service for students by students. We want to convenience students as much as possible. Our second goal is to have 90% of the on-campus student body to have our app downloaded. We feel this is important because it will show that students are interested in the service. Our third goal is to have the food delivered within 30 minutes. We expect this because our reason is to help out the busy student. Our fourth goal is to have 1,000 deliveries by year 3. This will show that students are actively engaging with the delivery service. Our last goal is to generate at least $300,000 in revenue by year 5. This will provide us opportunities to expand our operations to different universities. For our SWOT analysis, our first strength is by students for students. We feel that this is a strength because we as students understand the convenience this would bring to students' day-to-day life. Our second strength is university support. We believe that the university will support us because of the opportunities the service can provide for both students and university. Our third strength is utilizing university resources. We're going to implement this service through the Get Mobile app using NU bugs. For weaknesses, our first weakness is that we do not have any programming experience. We would have to hire a third-party programmer to work for us. Our second is we do not have experience running a business. All 5 of us never ran a business before, so we would have to have trial runs. Our third weakness is lack of funding. As of now, this is a brainstorm venture, so we do not have any investors or capital for this service. Opportunities. This is an untapped market that has never been done before. It will allow us to expand to other universities if this turns out to be a success. We believe it will present us more opportunities to expand to universities across the country. For threats, 2 big threats of our service faces are DoorDash and Uber Eats. Both are the largest food delivery services there is. Our second threat is university disapproval. We need university approval for this to work because our service is for an on-campus dining, and everything backing the service needs university backing. Our third threat is theft of intellectual property. We currently do not have any patents or trademarks for the service, so it's up for grabs.
Prior to fully implementing this service on Northwood's campus, we're going to conduct a 2-week beta test. This is going to go from the beginning of classes, and we want to open our service to a small sample size of about 100 students. We know that we may come across some technical issues with the Get app and delivery times, as it will be us 5 students that are conducting this test for these potential 100 students. So running a diagnosis, we can have access to written reports on certain facets such as delivery times, amount of flex points that were spent, and the time of usage. During this time, we will establish various postage advertisements amongst campus. As you can see, these pictures is the Dow Commons Dining Hall and the Mid-Caf, to generate some more awareness. And social media can be a great tool for our digital advertising as well, as there's several social media accounts on Instagram that Northwood utilizes where we can advertise our service through that.
So once we have fixed all the problems and glitches for our initial beta test, we will run a 1-month trial period that is open to anyone who is willing to sign up as a tester, and us 5 will serve as the employees during this time. In this trial run, we will see if there are any problems or glitches with a longer beta test. If no major problems arise in our trial run, we will shut down the service for 1 week to add any finishing touches and button up the service as a whole. Once we have added the finishing touches, we will have our grand launch day where the service will finally be available to every student in Northwood. And this will take place between September 13th and October 28th. One of the main aspects of our delivery service that needs to be considered in our contingency plan is the possibility of us having to utilize a different application for our deliveries. As stated previously, we plan on using the Get app for our service since Northwood students already utilize it daily for placing orders for pickup at the on-campus dining options. However, we would need to get both the Get app and Northwood's approval in order to get our service featured on the platform. Our plan for this aspect would be to find another third-party app that would feature our service and would be accepted by Northwood. Another problem that could occur during implementation progress would be if Northwood vetoes the idea of allowing our delivery service to operate on their campus. If this were to happen, we would reach out to other small universities that would be willing to adopt our idea, and some of those include Adrian College, Concordia University, and Olivet, since they are all small universities that we believe could also benefit from our idea.
Overall, our goal is to provide the most convenient way for students to eat from the on-campus dining options and benefit from their NU Bucks and meal plans substantially more than they already do. Typically, at the end of the semester, a student may have more flex points than they need, and coming across students that have, at the end of the semester, end up just buying cases of water per se from the mid-calf, and they're spending upwards of $40, $50 just in one day on bulk items that they might not even need. And we kind of feel like this is, something to accommodate for all those end of the semester meal bucks and, meal plan when the time comes. So rather than me just saying thank you to you guys for attending this presentation, though this is kind of, a pre-recording and it's not, as integrated as we want it to be. This has been something we've been working on since August of 2022. This has been a full, almost year-long project we've been working on. I feel like we've kind of put a lot of time and dedication into this project, and just to implement this on campus is kind of an aspiration of ours. And the moral of the story is, this is a free enterprise private business school, kind of with an emphasis on personal development of the individual. And we feel like creating a job opportunity that's for students but created by students can be the most beneficial way to kind of keep this moral emphasis running in our campus. And in the years that follow, I want to be able to see that this is still implemented on campus and it's running smoothly day in and day out. And Alicia, Dr. Beckrow, I just wanted to thank you for all of your time given and all of your guidance, all the tools that you've given us. It's allowed us to make this happen. And I just want to see everything unfold at the end of the day. And I just want to thank all you students and hope you have a good rest of your day.